welcome my Sagittarius friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group reading for the month of December for my Sagittarius friends. Today we're going to explore what you can expect from the month of December, those obstacles you're going to face, and more importantly, how you can overcome them and raise your vibration. The decks I'm using for this reading, the Everyday Witches Tarot, and then the Energy Oracle. Like always, there's links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, we're going to switch things up and actually start off on the Oracle deck. Let's look at what December is going to look like for my Sagittarius friends. Door to personal healing and happiness. What a fantastic way to start off December. That energy is going to really help make some changes, and not only changes, but make you feel better. Because as we start to heal ourselves and we start to really embrace that higher vibration of happiness and love, we start to feel better on a physical level and an emotional level. Alright, I'm a tarot girl at heart, so let's get into the tarot deck. What card symbolizes the month of December for my Sagittarius friends? They got a couple jumpers. Okay. We got a number of jumpers there. The first one, Seven of Wands. Sevens are a challenging card, but they're usually victorious. This talks about those conflicting values that are really going to kind of negatively impact that door to personal happiness. We don't want to back down. However, do we always need to be right? That's always a piece I ask people, because we sometimes waste energy on individuals that it doesn't really matter if they believe what we believe, or even if they're on the same page that we're on. Those individuals come to us because they're energy vampires and they suck the life force out of us. We're wasting our time in this defensive mode when we really can just either take the high road and walk away, or not be around those individuals, making choices that are more to that personal healing and happiness. The King of Wands. Kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most responsibility, control, and they have the ability to make things happen in their lives because they have the experience. The wand part is that inner fire and flame, that passion piece. So yes, it can help defend us. However, the king has better ways to dealing with them because he's been there. He has been in this defensive mode. He has gained the knowledge that we need to redirect and not lose as much of our resources so that we're able to achieve more. The Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is known as the seven deadly sins. It talks about not knowing how to go forward, that indecision, that mist and veil that comes over when we're not entirely sure what to do. That's going to be rampant in December. There's going to be a lot of things happening. Let's be honest, it's December. There's a lot of events, there's a lot of things going on, and our energies are going to be everywhere. It's really going to be important to start to clearly sit down, reflect on what's happening, connecting into that knowledge piece on what is truly important and what isn't. Because when we have this indecision, we kind of get to a point of stuckness. He talks about using our skills and abilities, incorporating those everyday aspects to achieve greatness. And when he's up against, or with, in hand and with that king, you're really going to find the ability to overcome the challenges brought on by the sevens. And now we do have double sevens. So in angel messages, when you're looking at that 777 number, the 7 itself is a spirit number. But the 777, the angels are trying to send you is that you're on the right track. You really need to keep going. You need to get over these hurdles and follow the king and the magician to this door of happiness and healing. The door of happiness and healing helps to raise our vibration. So does the king and the magician. And when they work all in tandem together like that, you're really going to see some amazing things in your life. All right, my Sagittarius friends, let's break down December a little bit more. What does the first week of December look like and hold for my Sagittarius friends? Okay, we've got a couple jumpers. First one, the Queen of Swords. Queens are that feminine, nurturing energy. Swords are about truth and knowledge. This queen is going to help guide you. She's going to connect into that king and to the magician, and it's going to be kind of a Triforce Perfecta for you. That feminine, divine feminine energy working in tandem with the universal energy and the divine masculine energy, and you're really going to find that shifting taking place. That illusion and uncertainty becomes clear, and you're able to steer clear of those individuals and energies that are going to be really conflicting, and kind of see that roller coaster of emotions of the up and down of December and the holidays. And the Ace of Cups. The Queen is going to hand you the Ace of Cups, that Holy Grail. Really connecting into the universe. Using your head to cut through the crap that you don't need to get to that door. Raising your vibration. The Queen can really help clear out what isn't working. When you start to identify what isn't working in your life, you can start to make those positive changes. You can start to heal yourself. You can start to bring in that happy, loving energy, opposed to focusing in on what isn't working or sitting in what isn't working and keeping that lower vibration. Lower vibration will equate to further problems being attracted to you because you're putting out that negative, ill energy. Well, what's going to come back at you? More of the same. But when you start to cut that out and start to focus in on that happiness and healing, you're going to find that your vibration raises, and that vibration will start to bring in more happiness and healing, and what's more, gives you more of an ability to manifest what it is you truly want in your life. Okay, so we have some amazing energies that are going to help you in the beginning part, and well, let's be honest, the King and the Magician are there throughout the whole month. Let's look at the middle of the month. What does the middle of December bring for my Sagittarius friends? Got a jumper there? All right. Getting a lot of jumpers. The cards have a lot to say for you today. And that was the 14th card in the Major Arcana, Temperance. That balance, grounding, and energy flow is going to come in hot and heavy in the middle of the month, which is really helpful because that's usually when we have the most emotional turbulence, because we're in the middle of holiday stuff. There's always stuff going on, especially during the middle of December as we get closer to Christmas and Yule. All right, let's look at the end of the month. Does the end of December bring my Sagittarius friends? Okay, got some jumpers. Okay. So, first of all, we have the 5 of Cups. 5s are always a conflictual number. Cups are about that emotion and intuition. Now, the 5 of Cups talks about kind of you're focusing in on the wrong thing. Focusing in on what's not working and ignoring what is. It's again what I was talking about at the beginning of December, that focusing in on stuff that is working, bringing in that positive, loving energy, focusing on the cups that are upright, rather than that lower energy that isn't working. With him came the Knight of Wands. Knights are not afraid of anything. They have that adolescent, gotta go big or go home energy. And he is really able to support you in tackling literally that dragon, that inner dragon that's been holding you back. Wands, all about that solar plexus. He's getting command from his dad and he's ready to roll. Ten of Wands. Tens are about that ending and a beginning. Again, we're in that Wands. Your solar plexus is really important for you, Sagittarius. As a fire sign, that inner fire is going to be really important anyway. But your solar plexus, which is your third chakra, that deals with that strength and courage, is really key here because that's what the Wands are connected to. The Ten of Wands talks about working harder than you need to. It goes back to that balancing piece. Sometimes we work harder than we really need to. We need to be more efficient and effective. Now, the King can help you in really determining how to be more effective. Actually, so can the Magician. Using your talents and skills more efficiently, drawing in that universal energy to be able to make those changes you need. Also, the Ten of Wands talks about needing to kind of divvy out a bit more, working more efficiently. We do not have to do everything. I know sometimes it's easier to say, well, I'll just do it. And we have that need to make sure that it is done and done correctly in our way. However, that micromanagement is making us work harder than we actually need to. It's causing more conflict and more indecision in our lives because there's so much and it's so overwhelming when we're doing everything ourselves. All right, so that's just what the month looks like. Let's look at the obstacles. What is the major obstacle and the main obstacle in December that my Sagittarius friends are going to be facing? Oh, again, would you be surprised if I've got jumpers? Okay. So the first one, the Moon. The 18th card in the Major Arcana, and it speaks about that unknown, those mysteries. Everything that's scary, we're taught as small children, comes out at night. And the Moon embodies that fear. And that fear is what's really going to hold us back. Because when we're looking at making changes and shifts in our life and focusing in on that positive, our ego starts to come into play. Our ego likes to slow us down, throws those, oh my gods, what ifs in our brains, adding more confusion and indecision in your life. The Eight of Pentacles. Eights are all about movement and manifestation. The Eight of Pentacles is all about that hard work. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew has a man sitting on a bench hammering away at his pentacles, working really hard. Goes back to that, working more effectively than working harder. Allowing others to support you in your journey and take on tasks that you might not necessarily need. Start taking on that command of the King and asking for help. Telling people, no, actually, I can't do that this year. Can you please find somebody else? Starting to focus in on your own healing and happiness will actually raise your vibration and will cause a bit of a shift in your family and friends. However, that shifting for them may be necessary as well. All right, let's get into some of the weekly challenges here. What challenges do my Sagittarius friends face at the beginning of December? The Two of Pentacles, that balance piece. It's going to be hard. when we're looking at making major life changes, those challenges of maintaining balance between our spiritual and physical world can be a bear. Making sure you're adequately really dispersing those energies and time in all aspects of your life. But we get hyper focused in on what it is we want to do. We get to that, task mastery piece. Balancing this out. This does not all need to be done right now. This is a start. We're an evolutionary being. We evolve over time. We will constantly need to start to really critically think and look at what is happening in our lives. So this isn't something that's going to just be in the beginning of December. Just we have the energies to really tap into it right now. Let's look at the middle of December. What challenges my Sagittarius friends face in the middle of December? The Sun. Sounds like a crazy card to have as a challenge. However, when we're focusing in on that happiness and love and light, sometimes we get to the point of going, well, I've got it all. This is it. No, it's not. Because what happens is we get to a part, it's like a hike. You climb up a little bit of the mountain, you have a little bit of a plateau. And that plateau is where you're looking at in the middle of December. That time of respite and being able to heal ourselves. That healing will help us get to that next big steep incline. So being kind of complacent about, this is all the happiness I need in my life. What more could there be? Well, that what more could be is amazing. We're an evolutionary being. We need to keep going. That said, even as an obstacle, the sun warms and really radiates that joy and light. And that joy and light is something that we can still embrace. Even if it's an obstacle, we can use our obstacles to our advantage. Enjoy that love and light, because when you radiate and put out that loving, nurturing energy, you're going to get it back at you. All right, on to the end of the month. What obstacles do my Sagittarius friends face at the end of December? The Five of Wands. Those conflicting views. People are passionate. We're a passionate group, right? As a species, we have many passions. People are not afraid to tell you about them. And of course, if it's their passion, it must be yours as well. Those conflicting and competing ideas and feelings can really come to a forefront, especially as we're getting into that Christmas time. You're gonna, like I said before, people are going to tell you how things need to be. They're gonna have that competing feeling and ideas. It's going to be trying to overcome them in a high vibrational way through communication and love and light, rather than that conflict and lower vibration. So those are your challenges. It's what your month is kind of forecasting. You do have the ability to make some changes. The universe will kind of push certain ones. Will you be able to change the sun? Not so much. It's in your reading, which is a nice thing to have in our reading. But some of this will naturally unfold. Okay, so now we're going to look at how we can raise our vibration. Raising our vibration is amazing because not only does it make us feel better and helps heal ourselves, we have the ability to manifest what it is we need in our lives. And manifestation really helps not only raise our vibration, but makes our life a little bit easier. So how can my Sagittarius friends, got a couple jumpers there, raise their vibration in the beginning of December? All right. Attachment. This is very much connected to the Devil card, the 15th card in the Major Arcana, and it's those attachments, those value sets and beliefs that hold us down. Maybe hard to see, but she's attached to this pole via a chain. Really talks about those pieces that we put up to protect ourselves, and that goes back down to those value sets. All of this talks about what's holding us back, what's lowering our vibration and causing stagnation. Releasing ourselves in those lower vibrations is going to be very key to our growth process. When we embrace the changes of light and love, that's when these pieces start to break, because you can't have light and love with those lower vibrational fears and sorrows. Now, we have double fives, the Five of Wands, and this is the 5th card in the Oracle deck. In angel messages, when you look at double fives, you're looking at a positive change coming forward, which is really important, especially given that both of them are a bit of a conflictual card. With attachment, the garden and the gate came up. This talks about really wanting to look at your neighbor's garden and the grass is greener type idea. This is about really honing in and reflecting on what it is you have in your life rather than what other people have in their lives, what it is you think you should have. Focusing in on what those positive, loving things that you have in your garden, and again, we have this garden there. This abundance piece is very clear. When we're looking at that, we're focusing in on our positive, our light, our love. We're able to start to really help with that healing and nurturing process. How can my Sagittarius friends raise their vibration in the middle of December? Hostilities. It really talks about that Five of Wands. People are going to be conflictual, especially, it starts literally in the middle, well, let's be honest, it starts at the beginning of the month when people really are starting to focus in on the holidays and what it is they want. The sense of entitlement in our species is high. Knowing that there is going to be conflict allows you to make those choices, tapping into the resources and knowledge you have about making positive choices around communication and changes in your life so you can start to protect yourself against some of these hostilities. And when I say protection, I'm not talking about fighting, I'm talking about energy protections. Making choices, positive choices in your life so you remain in a high vibrational state. Let's go on to the end of the month. How can my Sagittarius friends raise their vibration at the end of December? All right. We have the thinking woman. Goes back to the Queen of Swords. Her energy will flow throughout the month. That thinking and critically analyzing your life, your situations, those core beliefs and values will help you overcome and raise your vibration, because you're able to release and transmute what isn't working. Those lower vibrations can be filled with the high vibrational energy of light and love. This is really fantastic. There's a lot of possibility for change, and there's a lot of energies that are supporting you with this change. Knowing that this is a map and you have the ability to choose what you want helps, because you can start to really reflect on what it is that is important for you. So now we're going to go on to what will support and guide you throughout the month. What guidance we can gain from, as you can tell, I'm having jumpers here, from December, and how we can overcome some of these challenges. Okay. The first one, the Knight of Cups. It's our second night. We have the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Cups, instead of looking at defending and really working on that solar plexus to overcome stuff, You're looking more at your heart chakra here. That ability to start to heal and love yourself. That's going to be paramount in this journey, because that's what we're talking about, shifting that energy from that lower vibration to the higher vibration. The Nine of Wands. I love this card. I love her face. We are really going to feel like this sometimes when we are looking at, we've got the Five of Wands, we've got hostilities, we know it's there. There are times we're going to feel frazzled. Revert back to that self-loving care, because we're going to have to take care of ourselves so that we are able to overcome these challenges. Oh, and I didn't mention the double knights. Knights are the 12th card in the minor arcana. When you're looking at double 12s, you're looking at a time of spiritual growth and awakening, and you have the ability to manifest your dreams should you follow those intuitional messages. The Four of Wands. This is the holidays. It's really important that we take that time to celebrate with our family and friends. It gives us that foundation. Family has been with us since birth, right? And they will continue to be with us. So they have given us that foundation. Really supporting and connecting in and strengthening those relationships are really important. Then the High Priestess. Like I said, you guys had a lot of jumpers, and you've got some fantastic cards here. The High Priestess is a gateway to our higher knowledge, or our higher self, that cosmic knowledge or collective consciousness, and the universal information. That insight is going to help us really kind of get into those core sets of values and beliefs that we have that aren't working, and dive into those places that we've kind of been avoiding, because our intuitional self and higher self will help guide us to what needs to be released. So we're at a precipice, my friends. The Tower was the last card to hit the table. The universe will only allow us to sit in stagnation for so long before it decides to kick us in the butt. And you're at like the precipice of being butt kicked, because you need to make some changes, and if you don't, the universe is going to come in and start to kick your butt and move things so that there is no choice but change. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you were able to gain some insight and direction into December, how to overcome those challenges, and what's more, how to raise your vibration. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. If you've seen my other videos, you know I love to be creative with tarot, and I have some very fun and dynamic videos that come out. Unfortunately, I don't upload videos on certain days. There are days that they need to be brought out, and those are the days that they're brought out. So subscribing helps you keep in touch so that you don't miss out. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Sagittarius friends.